perhaps of why we are here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the President of the Ghana Tourism Federation, Mr. Seth Okran, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Seth Okran. I go. Nime kename nananum. Before I start to say anything, permit me to tell you a short story. Many years ago, in a small fishing community along our coast, an old fisherman was asked why he always mended his net before the sun rose, long before the other fishermen stirred. He said something I have never forgotten. The sea does not wait for you to be ready. It only asks whether your net can hold what it gives you. Distinguished guests, that is exactly why Ghana stands today. The sea of opportunity between our shores and the shores of our brothers and sisters across the Atlantic is rising. The question before us, the reason why we gathered in this room today is simple. Is our net ready to hold what is before us? The answer is yes. I believe it is, and I believe that belief is why every single person in this room choose to be here. Before I go, permit me to observe protocols. His Royal Majesty Drolo Bosu Adamite I, a member of Council of State, and a traditional ruler, academia, and a businessman. Mr. Isaac Saki, the Vice President, Ghana Tourism Federation. Mr. Joseph Amate, the National Secretary, Ghana Tourism Federation. All governing council members present and executive council member present here. Professor Kobe Mensah, the Chief Executive Officer, Ghana Tourism Development Company. Tiki Favorite, founder, CEO, and steward, the Wisdom Table Global. Dr. Cheryl Williamson, founder and CEO of Williamson Media Group. Dr. Oketechie Nana Enim. Mr. Charles Edujemfi, immediate past president, Ghana Tourism Federation. Distinguished guests, captains of industry, friends from the media across the diaspora, all protocol observed. Every one of you, on behalf of the governing council, the entire membership, and the staff of the Ghana Tourism Federation, I said, you are welcome. Some of you have crossed an ocean to be here. Some of you have crossed only a few streets, but all of us have crossed something to arrive at this moment. Old doubt, old distance, and old reasons of what Ghana and the diaspora believe was possible together. And here we are in the same room, ready to do business. This is not the first handshake between Ghana and our family abroad, but I dare to say it may be one of the most deliberate. We are not here to photograph. We are not here merely to exchange pleasantries and part ways. We are here plainly to build trade corridors, investment partnership, and relationship that will outlive this summit or by decades. Ghana Tourism Federation exists to unite the private sector voice of our tourism industry, hotels, tour operators, car rentals, companies, travel agencies, artisans, and every hand that touches a visitor journey on our soil. We are the umbrella under which these industries stand together. But an umbrella is only useful when it's held over something worth protecting. What we are protecting and what we are building is Ghana's rightful place as a meeting point of African world place where the diaspora does not merely visit but return, does not merely tour but invest, does not merely admire our castles and our cultures, but plant something permanently in our soil alongside us. That is why this Wisdom Table Global Trade Mission is not to us just another delegation. It is a bridge crossing, and the bridges, as we know, are built from both banks at once. The Tiki Favorite and the entire Wisdom Table Global Delegation, thank you for believing that Ghana is ready. Thank you for bringing not just capital and companies, but conviction. You did. Conviction you did not simply send as proposal. You brought yourself, your network, your trust. That is the real currency in international partnership. And we do not take it lightly. To Dr. Sherrill Williamson and every business leader who has traveled with this mission to this room is now let me take that again. To Dr. Sherrill Williamson and every business leader who has traveled with this mission, this room is now yours as much as ours. To my colleagues within GHATOF and every Ghanaian hotelier, business leader, entrepreneur, in this room, matchmaking work both ways. Come with your business cards, yes, but come also with your best self. To our people in finance, investment, bring capital that is patient enough to grow with us. To our friends in technology and digital economy, help us leapfrog, not merely catch up. To our voices in agriculture and agribusiness, remember that every hotel, plant, and in every tourist meal is a market waiting for you. To our leaders and education workforce, development and hands that will serve this industry tomorrow are being trained today. Train them well and do our champion and to our champions of trade and manufacturing, let Made Ghana find its way into shelves across the diaspora. I must make a special appeal to the Wisdom Table Global Delegation. You are a delegation, women, led by women, and that is not a small thing to us. It is close to the heart of one of our GHATOF flagship national initiative, Uplifting Women in Hospitality, anchored by Chop Bar Remodeling Program. It reaches into the agro-business, connecting women, farmers, and food leadership development and market across into the Pay tourism fintech platform, bridges cashless payments, financial inclusion, and access to credit, and to health and community development, raising food safety and hygiene standard across our tourism value chain. You will find in this room and in this initiative natural partners for work you have already given your life to. The relationship formed at this table over the next 2 days may well outlast many of us in this room. Let us be worthy of what is being offered. Back to, in closing, Let me return briefly to my fisherman friend. He minded his net not because he knew exactly what the sea would give him that day, but because he refused to be unprepared for it. Ghana Tourism Federation has spent this past month mending our net, building our institutions, strengthening our partnerships, preparing our industry so that when this moment comes, as it has come today, we will be ready to hold it. To our royal fathers, our government partners, our diaspora family, and distinguished guests, welcome once again. Let this summit be remembered, not for the speeches we give, but for the deals we sign, the trust we build, and the doors we open for those who will come after us. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Let's do it again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Seth, for that thoughtful, that thoughtful admonishment. Listening to your speech, there were so many nuggets I wanted to keep for myself and spread and sow, as it were. But I come here and the words fail me. Cast your net, he said. Cast your net. And that's what we're doing today. Casting our net. We have the fish, and we have the fisherwomen. I didn't say fishermen, I said fisherwomen. All right, I think the point is well made. But we're grateful. We're grateful indeed for the presence of our visitors. And I think there is no better time than to introduce the founder, the guide, and the steward of the Wisdom Table Global Mission. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Your utmost respect for the founder and steward, Madam Tiki Favourite, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Tiki Favourite. Let's hear it for Madam Tiki. Thank you. Thank you. There has been so much energy expended in this effort, and you need to feel it. Thank you, Madam Tiki.
Thank you. I'm going to be brief because we are eagerly awaiting to meet with each of you. My name is Tiki Favourite, and I own a couple of companies' logos that are here. And I just thank you and welcome you. We were here in February. It had just such warm hospitality. I'm seeing some of the faces that we met here in February. So let me just give you what I call the bottom line on top. Why are we here? We believe that there's a unique opportunity to expand our businesses, to help you grow your businesses through investment, through wisdom, collaboration, joint venture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Every woman that you're going to meet here today has grown and scaled a multi-million-dollar business. And that does not come without lessons learned, without different challenges. And now we're ready to expand globally to answer the call for the diaspora to come back home. So I can go on and on about that, but I'm ready to meet you. But I'm going to ask all of the companies that have joined me today, I'm going to call them by name so that you would know them, to join me. So I'd like to call Chelsea Williams. Yes. Alicia Campbell. Christina Lynch. Morgan Best. Tulu. Naya. And Shamika. All of these, and Ayo, yep, a producer. All of these women have journeyed here to be a part of this, and Dr. Cheryl, who you're here just shortly, to just be present. We want to be present. We may not have all the answers. We may not know all the ins and outs. We may not be able to solve it today, but we are here intentionally present to do business, whatever that means for each of you. So let's talk, Let's see where you are, and let's work through it together. So I will leave you with that. Thank you for joining us today. My heart is full, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in the matchmaking. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The protocol is that you never turn your back on people when you're going out. That's why I did that moonwalk, not because I want to show you anything. I just thought I'd just get that out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been introduced to these fine, fine women. But prominent among them is somebody who has established, should I say, excellent relationships with this country, with the people in this country, with the Ghana Tourism Federation. She's here with us today on her own strength. She's here in the country today on her own strength, not necessarily as part of the Wisdom Table mission, although she's also part of that as well. But she has so much to say, so much that she's picked up, so much that she's absorbed from her people, that we thought that it would be remiss for us not to invite Dr. Cheryl Poloti Williams to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Cheryl Poloti Williams. Thank you.
All protocols duly observed. Good morning, distinguished guests, honored leaders, members of the Ghana Tourism Federation, the Wisdom Table delegation, and all gathered here today. It is truly an honor and a privilege to stand before you as an advisory member of the Ghana Tourism Federation and a proud participant of the Wisdom Table. 3 years ago, I set foot in Ghana for the first time. What I expected to be a visit became something much deeper. From the moment I arrived, I sensed that I belonged here. I cannot fully explain it, only to describe it as a calling. It was as if my soul recognized home before my mind could even understand it. That experience ignited something in me, a yearning not only to return, but to bring others with me, brothers and sisters from across the diaspora, to experience Ghana for themselves, not just as visitors, but as partners, as business, investment, culture, and philanthropy. Tiki and the Wisdom Table represent the first of many that I had the privilege of sharing Ghana with. And I do not take my responsibility lightly. I have embraced the personal mission to raise awareness of the vast opportunities that exist here to help bridge the gap between Ghana and the diaspora, meaningfully and in a lasting way. Ghana for me has been more than a destination. It has been a soul reset. And through the transformation, I have committed myself to helping others discover what I have found. That commitment is not just words, it's action. I have adopted a school here in Ghana, investing in the future of our children. You see, I say our children. I am also preparing to bring a delegation of 20 women CEOs this September, followed by 70 women in March of 2027 as we come together to celebrate Ghana's 70th Independence Day. Together, we will engage in business, cultural exchange, and what I call a cultural soul reset. I am deeply excited about the work that I am doing alongside the Ghana Tourism Federation and the role we play in shaping the future of tourism, investment, and global connection. Today, I proudly welcome the Wisdom Table to Ghana. You are not just guests, you are family, you are partners, and you are part of the future that we're building here together. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Okran and his team for making this moment possible. And to everyone in attendance, your presence here matters and your commitment is appreciated. Ghana is ready. The opportunity is here. And together, we will build something that lasts for generations. Thank you, and Akwaba.
This job that we do can be difficult. You know, when people come and they say such powerful things, and you're supposed to come, and then what you have to say seems so trite in comparison to what you said. Thank you, Dr. Cheryl. That was a powerful, powerful statement indeed. Can we appreciate Dr. Cheryl one more time, please? And by way of getting ourselves steady, ready for the final speaker, I must observe a certain level of protocol. We have in our midst here the past president of the Ghana Tourism Federation, Mr. Charles Edu-Jemfi. Mr. Charles Edu-Jemfi, is he here? I believe he is. Mr. Charles Edu-Jemfi, would you please not merely stand and wave to your subjects, but would you come here and say a few words for us, please, on behalf of the current president? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Charles Edu-Jemfi, former president of the Ghana Tourism Federation, here to say a few words.
Yeah. You know, I never thought I would be called here, but in any case, if you're going to war and wherever they put you, just do your best. In an attempt, let me just I just made an attempt to put down something. Wisdom, table, global. Mr. President of the Ghana Tourism Federation, GHATOF members present, Prof, distinguished members of the U.S. Trade Mission, fellow stakeholders, Nananom, members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to join you today as a special guest. I thank the President of the Ghana Tourism Federation for this invitation and warmly welcome our friends from the United States. Ghana is widely recognized as one of Africa's most peaceful, democratic, and welcoming destinations. Beyond our rich history and cultural heritage, Ghana offers exceptional opportunities for investment in tourism and hospitality. Our country has significant potential in hotel development, ecotourism, heritage tourism, beach tourism, meetings and conferences, medical tourism, sports tourism, and digital tourism services. As visitors and how they arrive, I would say, as visitors' arrivals continue to grow, the demand for quality facilities, innovative tourism products, and strategic partnerships also continues to increase. The Ghana Tourism Federation, as the umbrella body of the private tourism industry, is well positioned to facilitate partnerships between Ghanaian businesses and international investors. We believe that collaboration, knowledge transfer, technology, skills development, and responsible investment will create sustainable growth that benefits both our countries. To our distinguished guests from the United States, we invite you not to invest in Ghana just like that, but also to partner with us in developing a tourism industry that creates employment, empowers local communities, and preserves our cultural and natural heritage. As someone who has had the privilege of serving as president of this federation, I remain optimistic about the future of Ghana's tourism. Working together, I believe we can make Ghana the preferred tourism and investment destination in West Africa. Thank you for your visit and wish you fruitful deliberations and lasting partnerships. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Past President. Said with aplomb and said with the necessary gravitas for us to absorb this message. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the past president of the Ghana Tourism Federation, Mr. Charles Edujemfi. Thank you once again. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I believe with the number of speeches that we've had, the stage has been set. It is important that we deal with this particular part of the program because that is what is going to set the stage for the business that is going to take place in possibly the next 45 minutes. You've heard speeches from our president. You've heard speeches from our two excellent ladies setting the scene and telling us the possibilities that exist. And I'm saying this, all of this, merely to build up the expectation and the anticipation. Because the person who's now going to come and take it over from me and actually declare the business to commence is waiting. And I need to get you people ready to anticipate him. And I say this, I don't say this lightly. Our guest speaker has often answered the call of the Ghana Tourism Federation to attend our events, to shepherd the audiences, to give gravitas and some sort of prestige to the occasion. He's never failed us. Each time we've called, he's answered. But apart from that, with what has been spoken about already, the historical context that has been given, the possibilities that have been outlined, our guest speaker, or our special guest of honor, he understands all of that. He's built a career around academia, cultural ambassadorship, diplomatic relations, and business as well as administration in all different sectors of the world economy. And so he's perfectly placed to come and admonish us, if you like, and set the stage. He is a cultural ambassador, bar none. He is the member of the Council of State for the Greater Accra region. Ladies and gentlemen, he is His Royal Majesty Drolo Bosu Adamte the First. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you His Royal Majesty Drolo Bosu Adamte the First. Your appreciation, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you all. Please, you may be seated. Thank you. Protocol has been properly observed, and the stage is set for action. I'll just take some few minutes and just share something brief with you. On behalf of GHATOF, as the President has welcomed you, and those at the wisdom table have also spoken. In the past, President also addressed you. It's just right for me to say that it's true that Ghana is open for business. We trust that the beginning of this conversation will lead to lasting relationships. New businesses will come out of this. Jobs will be created. And all for shared prosperity. I would like to say that Ghana, as a nation, is not only a place of opportunity, but truly it's an investment destination where there are individuals ready for partnership and also create values with clear collaboration that can deliver lasting results. May I just say that business is built on 4 important principles. And one of the words has been used extensively during this morning, and that is opportunity. The second is value. The third is potential. And the fourth is profit. There is nothing wrong with seeking opportunities. There is nothing wrong with identifying value. There's nothing wrong with developing potential. And there is certainly nothing wrong with pursuing sustainable profits. These are the foundations upon which successful businesses and economies are built. This is why we are all here today. We believe that the strongest partnerships are those that where both sides succeed. A true partnership is built upon mutual respect, trust, fairness, accountability, and shared value. When both partners recognize each other's strength and work towards common goals, everyone benefits. This is the kind of partnership Ghana seeks with our friends, brothers, sisters, sons and daughters, cousins and relatives from the United States of America. I happen to live in America. I've lived abroad for 49 years, and most of my life is spent in America. I just got back this past Wednesday. I'm off again tomorrow to Brazil and Italy to discuss business and also talk about some of the most critical areas where Ghana and these countries can collaborate. But I've always believed that Ghana can never go forth without recognizing the importance and the value of those in the diaspora who consider their roots here. What it may, they have wisdom, experience, knowledge, and certain know-how that if we are open to learn and open to collaborate, we will create a win-win situation where no one will be left behind. The former president talked about tourism, agribusiness, but yet there are areas like real estate, manufacturing, technology, logistics, financial services, and women-led entrepreneurship. Because as the introduction was going forth, I was looking around with a smile. Now, these are powerful women whose ability to create wealth is not limited by gender. And I would like to say, let's take them very serious. Consider them very seriously, and trust the wisdom that they'll bring and also the capabilities that they can bring to create the kind of win-win situation that we're all looking for. I would also like to make this point. Investors always want to go to places where they can feel safe and that their investment will be secure, where rule of law works, and also where values are upheld, where integrity plays a role. Let me say this. The most powerful thing we all know is love. But there's something greater than love. Yet when you read scripture, it says that there's nothing that is greater than love. And I'll prove a point to you today that there's something that is greater than love. Yes, love can conquer all things. But something that is greater than love that often is neglected when we are discussing matters of importance is trust. You can love everybody, but can you trust everybody? God loves us all, but can he trust us? And if you have 2, 3, 4 children, you love them all, but amongst them there's one that you can trust. Trust is the key. There's another portion that we all hold on to, which is blessings. Everybody wants to be blessed. This is the CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority. Mami, let's give it up. But she happens to be my daughter. We talk about blessings all the time, which is true. And almost every one of us want to be loved and want to be blessed. But there's something that is greater than blessing. In fact, if you believe in the Bible, you are told to even bless your enemies. Just like you have to love your enemies. Yet these are most expensive commodities to just give out that freely. But since I've explained to you that trust is greater than love, so is favor. Favor is greater than blessing. You can be blessed, but you need favor. And if our businesses are going to thrive, and I believe GHATOF is ready to move us forward, leapfrog, we want to create an atmosphere where people who are in business are walking in favor. Because where there's favor and there's trust, I can guarantee there won't be any failure. Our delegates or delegation that are here, and with the passionate expression of our beloved sister, mother, friend, you could tell how passionate she is and how involved and how invested she is in our country, because she considers Ghana her home. And this is where she wants to extend life and do life with people who have the same or share the same values. Let's create opportunities for business. But let's create business that doesn't fail, where trust is important. Where talk, which is cheap, is put to the side. And where action, and if somebody says A is A, and B is B, and if we're going to create a business that thrives, we're not going to be looking for handouts. But we're talking about true partnerships. How can we create value for each other? And how can we create an atmosphere of growth, prosperity, and mutual benefit? I encourage you, let's take this moment, this time, quite serious. Another thing I'd like to add to this is, for partnership to go well, there should be mutual respect, fairness, accountability, responsibility, and shared value. Ghana is really ready for investors or investments, but we should also demonstrate that investors can trust us, that if they invest here, the investment is not going to waste. They can sleep and know that they are safe with their family in Ghana. I want to conclude by telling you a short story. And this is how I started. Go where you are valued. Go where you are valued. There was a man who was about to die. And he called his only son. And he said, listen, this is my watch. I've worn it for 45 years. And this may be the only treasure or gift that I will give you. But before you take this watch, do me this favor. I'll send you to 4 places. First, I'll send you to the jewelry shop where I bought the watch and see if they'll take it back for the same value. He went, showed them the watch. The jewelry store said, no, we sold this watch years ago. It's actually out of vogue. It's no longer used. This is not the kind of watch we use today. These are the early watches. Even if you give it to us as a gift, we don't need it. Take it back. He went and told his dad. So sad. The father said, don't cry. You know what? There's a watch repairer here. I want you to go to him and just ask him if he'll buy this watch of you and see what he offers. He went to the place, the watch repairer said, oh, I've been repairing watches. I did this 10 years ago, this kind of watch. Listen, there's nothing, I don't need this watch. But because you're a young boy, and I don't mind to do you a favor, I could give you 50 cedis for the watch. So he went back, he told his dad. He said, Dad, the man said to give me 50 cedis for the watch. The father just said, okay. Now, I want you to go to the pawn shop. He went to the pawn shop. And when he went to the pawn shop, he saw so many watches. They said, have you seen all these watches here? The watch you brought, there are newer ones than that. And if we have to offer you any money, we won't give you anything more than 20 cedis. Because this is a pawn shop. And are those who have pawned their jewelry, waiting to redeem whatever they have to redeem, to come and redeem the watches and the things that are here. And are those who come to buy them. So if I have to give you this, maybe I'll give you 55 cedis. He went to his dad. And the father said, don't be discouraged, son. The last place I wanted to go to is the antique shop. He went to the antique shop. And when the man who knows the value of what you saw it, he just stood back. He said, hey, do you know the value of this watch? Do you know this watch? He said, listen, I can give you 10 million cedis for the watch. No, and the guy just seemed surprised. He said, no. Listen, I'll give you 20 million for it. No, listen. Finally, I'll give you 40 million. He rushed home and he told his dad. He said, Dad, guess what? There antique shop said they'll give me 40 million for this. And the father said to him, son, put the watch on and let me give you a life lesson. You are the same value, but it depends on where you are. There are people who may not know your value, and there are those who drew over you because they know who you are, what you possess, and what you bring to the table. I urge you, let's take this partnership quite seriously and let this conversation begin with a win-win in mind. Let's not take this conversation for light or for granted. I thank the organization, GHATOF, for its vision, and I believe GHATOF is going to deliver and do more than this. And for those of us who are here today, keep trusting because GHATOF will not let you down. We are in, or GHATOF is in, and the partners who are to join you will all sit at this table and bring forth various wisdom, which is at the end, we all win. Thank you. And let's make this conversation a conversation that provokes us to action. God bless.
Your Royal Majesty, thank you. Thank you so much for those uplifting words. I think there is nothing more to be said to what you've just explained. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Majesty, Drolo Boso Adamti the First. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we're going to have a very, very, very short comfort break, okay? Because the business is going to start immediately after that. At the back of the room, we have some light refreshment for you. So the businesses that are waiting, the delegates that we have here, please grab something very quickly and just stand by. Some of the members of staff will be here to shepherd you to the business rooms. The Wisdom Table Global to remain here. Those of you who have not had the opportunity to introduce yourselves, you can do so in this short period before they leave us for the matchmaking. Is that clear? Is that okay? Okay, I'm sorry. I do apologize. At the beginning, I didn't announce where the conveniences are. So please, probably a bit late now for some of you. But anyway, we if you go to the lobby and ask at the reception, they will just guide you to where you're supposed to go. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please have your break now. And we'll be back in about another 10 minutes to shepherd you out. I was going to ask Ambassador Drolo for his watch. Perhaps I could get something out of it. It is an antique. Ladies and gentlemen, before we disperse finally, I will make a final acknowledgement of all our important guests here today. We believe we do have somebody from the Ministry of Trade who's representing the minister. If that person is here, can we see you? Show by hand, please. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. It is very encouraging when we extend invitations out to our very busy ministers, and even if they're not able to attend, they do send their representatives. So thank you very much for coming, sir. We extend acknowledgements to everybody who's here, and if you are here and have not made yourself known, please do so now so that I can acknowledge you before our crowds disperse. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge the presence one more time of the Chief Executive of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Mami Fua Wajeto. You're welcome, madam, please. Thank you for coming. And of course, we also want to acknowledge the inestimable, the tireless, the indefatigable Dr. Professor Kobe Mensah, who's the Chief Executive of the Ghana Tourism Federation Company. Ghana Tourism Development Company. Thank you, Dr. Kobe. Thank you very much. Please do give a quick refreshment and we'll be back to shepherd you to the business room. Ladies and gentlemen, we will do some media work now. We will take some photographs, please, with the mission and with our guest of honor as well. We will allocate 5 minutes for those pictures. In the meantime, others can please take your refreshment and stand by for instructions, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take the final few pictures, and then those of you who haven't had any tea, would you please serve yourselves and then stand by? We're going to take you to the business rooms, please. Last few shots. Last few shots. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any local businesses that we can escort to the business rooms now, please? If there are, there is a lady in a Ghana Tourism Federation t-shirt at the back. If you could just go to her, she's going to escort you to the business rooms, please. If any local businesses are ready and would like to move towards the business rooms, please make yourself known to the lady at the back there in the Ghana Tourism Federation t-shirt, please. Final call for the local businesses, please. Final call for the local businesses. Before you leave the room, please avail yourself of this excellent local Ghanaian herbal tea at the back. Nutri Health has all the benefits that are needed for a successful and healthy life. Might I request that if there are any local businesses that would like to move for the Business Matchmaking Summit, they do so now, please. If there are any businesses still left down here that need to be taken upstairs to wait to be called, please stand to this side. I'll take you upstairs, please. Any local businesses left, please? Stand, I'll take you upstairs. I'm sorry, we had a fire alarm go off, so it's probably best to do the right thing and congregate in the lobby or by the pool, please. I'm really sorry about that. I know. The fire, we have to respond to the fire alarm. Fire alarm has gone off. I'm sorry. Please just congregate outside the pool. We'll be back in a minute, okay? Let's just do this thing properly.